Hey, hey, I do not know if I am live or not. So let's find out. And I want to tell you guys welcome. So come on in and stuff. Like, you know, come on in. Let's do stuff. We have a good time. Mm, where am I at? Why? Why does it. I see. This is stupid. Because why can't I change it? See what is happening. And I can't change the name. Hold on. What's a draft? What what is that? I don't know what that is. Home. Yeah, right here. Okay. Now, how do I change it? Or what to edit the thingy? How do you do that? Okay. Mm, I don't know how to edit this thing. Well, whatever. I don't know. I guess I'll just edit it in a minute. I don't. Why? Why won't it let me edit it right now? I don't know. Something is happening. Anyway, okay. So, I guess because I can't edit this, um, we are going to be reading about how the Constitution started. Because we read about James Madison yesterday and how short and evil he was. Oh, and smart. And how good at words he was. So, and he also had stuff to do with the Articles of Confederation, the Monopoliopolis, something or other, whatever, the paper in between the Constitution and the Confederation, something about a monopolis or something. Anyway, he had a lot to do with that. And we did not read the Annapolis one, but we did read the Confederation one, and that one wasn't so bad until you got towards the end, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is where that evil little guy came in. So we were going to read about how the Constitution started. Um, so let's read about that. Um, what am I doing? I'm sharing my screen. And there we go. Okay. Share screen. Okay. How does it look? Am I not sharing my screen? See, I'm looking at it right on here and I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. So, how do we is there like a way to like make it different? Um I guess there's not a way to change it to where so this whole time you're not even gonna be able to see my face. That's stupid. I don't know how to change this. Minimize frame. What does that do? Maybe does that do something? Add a, a title. I don't want to add a title. Okay. I guess this is just what it's going to be. I apologize. So, now we're going to read about the Constitutional Convention. Okay. So, the convention assembled in Philadelphia in May of 1787. The delegates shuttered the windows of the State House and swore secrecy so they could speak freely, although they had gathered to revise the Articles of Confederation. This shit right here. Yes. Look, they got everybody together under the pretense we're just gonna, this isn't enough. We're just gonna make, there wasn't enough word magic in these Articles of Confederation. There wasn't enough governmental control. Because remember, James Madison wanted all of the control in the government. He did not want to give it to the states. He did not. He wanted all the power to be in Congress. Nowhere else. Just federal government controlled everything. And these Articles of Confederation, they were more like states and individual rights. Okay. And that just was not good enough for this little evil guy. Okay. So they, got together and like decided they were going to change these Articles of Confederation because there's not enough word magic in it. There's not enough cheating. Okay. So that's how we get the Constitutional Convention because they need amendments to the Articles of Confederation. Wait till you see what happens. Right? This is bullshit because me personally, on this channel, I have read those Articles of Confederation and I will gladly read them again because most all of them are not evil, slimy fucking paragraphs. Towards the end, it gets pretty, if you're like, I don't know about this. But most of it's pretty good, and it's all about the individual's state rights. And Madison does not want the state or the people to have rights. He wants it all in government. Read his little paper. It says that he wants government to have the power. And they say, oh well, not like in England. He didn't want the government to have power like in England. It's like if the government has all the power, that's like England. It don't matter what you say, that's what it's going to end up. Just like right now in 2024. The government thinks it has power because nobody's got a big ass fucking mouth. But just like right now in this time of writing the Constitution, nobody's got a big fucking mouth. So they're just going to go ahead and do this. But once they finish this, then people get a big mouth and they're like, no, 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 no. We need individual rights. Wait a minute. We just gave all the power to Congress. Wait. Wait a minute. We got to protect ourselves. And James Madison did not want to write the Bill of Rights because, again, he wants government to have power. This guy is an evil, liberal, bad guy. He's a bad, bad man, and he's tiny, and he sounds like a girl. Listen, this guy's got problems. Okay. So they shuttered all the doors so they could fight each other with words. Okay. And they didn't want anybody to hear them fighting each other with words because I'm sure there was loads of yo mama jokes and a yo wife jokes. Anyway, so although they gathered to revise the Articles of Confederation by mid-June, they had complete they had decided to completely redesign the government. There was little agreement about what form it would take. Here we go. One of the fiercest arguments was over congressional representation. Should it be based on population or divided equally among the states? The framers compromised by giving each state one representative for every 30,000 people in the House of Representatives and two representatives in the Senate. They agreed to count enslaved Africans as 3/5 of a person. Slavery itself was a thorny question that threatened to derail the Union. It was temporarily resolved when the delegates agreed that the slave trade could continue until 1808. Okay. So in 1808, the slave trade should have stopped. So then what was the whole Abraham Lincoln thing? See, somebody is doing something with history because what the fuck? Okay. I don't know what's happening. Anyway. Anyway. They count enslaved Africans as 3/5 of a person. And remember, the slaves could buy their own freedom. They were paid like a penny, right? They were paid like a penny a day or something like that. And they could save up all their pennies and buy their own freedom. Or after a certain amount of time, they were set free and then they were counted as a person because free people counted. So, as like, why are people like so uptight about this shit? Because if you read it, it's like, no, free people counted. And I saw the last slave who had um his story in Congress. He even said that they paid the Slaves. You know what I mean? And they could buy their own freedom. And they did buy their own freedom. Right? And I'm sure it was only a couple. But here on and this thing is that slavery was supposed to last till 1808. Well, at least trading slaves was until 1808. Does anybody ever like the people that complain about Slave and reparations and shit like that? Do they know history? Do they know history? Because I mean, I don't know history. I went to jail instead of school. Um but I'm learning it now and it's like well everything that I've ever been told about shit is not right. Because this is not like anything I was told and now I'm sitting here confused like I didn't know this was a thing. Does nobody else know this is a thing? I don't know. Anyway, it says writing the Constitution. After 3 hot summer months of equally heated debate, the delegates appointed a committee of detail to put its decisions in writing. Near the end of the convention, a committee of style and arrangement kneaded it into its final form, condensing 23 articles into 7 in less than 4 days. Word magic. Look. Said a bunch of people got together, a bunch of wizard and warlocks, word magic the fuck out of the Constitution. And James Madison, I'm sure, was in charge of that committee of style and whatever. Style and arrangement. Yeah, that's definitely James Madison. It's all in his wheelhouse. If you read about that guy, that is what he's the best at. And that's what he spent his life doing. Writing, arguing, and reading. And anybody that ever said anything about that guy was like, he is the fucking best at words. He is the best at words. He is like warlock god level. On September 17th, 1787, 38 delegates signed the Constitution. George Read signed for Dickinson of Delaware, who was absent. Bringing the total of signatures to 39 was an extraordinary achievement. Tasked with the revising of the existing government, the delegates came up with a completely new one. Weary about centralized power and loyal to their states, they created a powerful central government representing wildly different interests and views. They crafted compromises. It stands today as one of the longest lived and most emulated constitutions in the world, except for nobody has a constitution like America. Nobody emulates this shit. Go somewhere and try to have free speech. Go somewhere and try to have a Second Amendment. Emulate my ass. Uh, okay. This is ratification. Okay. Here we go. I think this is when we find out about New York City. New York City. Uh-huh. This is when we find out um about New York. Hold on 1 second. I should probably be sharing this places, right? Oops. I totally forgot. I'm no good at things. Well, no. I'm probably really good at things, just not right now, I suppose. I don't know. Wait. Oh, what's happening? Mm, let's see. We're going to put this in a place where maybe it might go and maybe it might not go. Um, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. There's that. Okay. Oh, one more. Why doesn't anything ever. Hold on. Nothing ever goes my way. What the fuck? Okay. Look, what am I doing? Oh, yeah. And by the way, this is not supposed to be named that, by the way. It's supposed to be named Reading About the Constitution. But it did not get named that because why? Because I don't know. I'm using this new live streaming thing and I don't exactly know how it works. And I should really stop trying to use new things that I don't know how they work. And why did I put my phone away? Because I'm an idiot, an asshole. Okay, so now we are going to read about the ratification of the Constitution. The founders set the terms for ratifying the Constitution. They bypassed the state legislators, reasoning that their numbers would be reluctant to give up power to a national government instead. Because that's exactly what would happen. See, that is some Democrat bullshit right there. That is exactly what they fucking do. They sneak off in the middle of the night and they're like, no, no, we got to do this before the Republicans find out. They've been cheating since the beginning. And I'm sure there was some rhinos in there also because there's always rhinos, which is one of the comments that I made. Um, like they were like, who would win a civil war? It's like the Democrats would because they know how to stick together. Republicans do not know how to stick together. They always want to be a part of something instead of doing the right thing. They would much rather do the easy thing. Just like right here, the Democrats were like, you know, we all just came from over there where the government was really big. They're not going to want to do that again. So we're going to have to do this in secret. And I'm willing to bet it was that Warlock James Madison, that short little evil man who does nothing but use words, word magic against people, and all the letters that are written about that guy, everything that's said about that guy is he's good at arguing and he's good at words and he's really fucking smart. And he's so smart, he gave himself anxiety so he didn't have to go to the military, so he could teach himself how to argue. And so he could go and protest all of these random things, like being a liberal, just protesting shit while he's in college. Okay. And then just going around arguing with everybody all the time. And he would argue with people, and I'm sure they would just give up, like, whatever, just okay. Just please shut up. Because remember, he also had a really girly voice. So I'm sure he sounded like he was whining. And I'm sure people got really aggravated by that. But because they're like just assuaging him made him so powerful, people could only say nice things about him because he was an evil little munchkin. I don't know that to be true, but I'm reading about this guy and I'm reading about these papers, and I've read some of these papers, and they're full of evil ass word magic written by like a god level fucking warlock. So here we go. We're gonna find out. Okay. So they were afraid that a lot of their members were gonna be like, no, 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 we just came from that shit. No fucking way. So they called for a special ratifying convention in each state. Ratification by 9 of the 13 states enacted a new government. But at the time, only 6 of 13 states reported a pro Constitution majority. Okay. If only 6 people reported, then how is that a pro Constitution majority? Okay. The Federalists, who believed that a strong central government was necessary to face nations' challenges, needed to convert at least 3 states. The Anti Federalists fought hard against the Constitution because it created a powerful central government that. This is exactly what I just said, isn't it? It created a powerful central government that reminded them of the one they had just overthrown, and it lacked a Bill of Rights. Exactly. Exactly. They were like, no, 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 no. You're giving way too much power to the government. And if you read the Constitution, the beginning of the Constitution, the the actual Constitution is rules of government. And if you read these rules of government, you can read the cheats that are written in there and how they are used right now and are 100% legal. That's why they haven't been arrested, because it's constitutional. Read it. Okay. The ratification campaign was a nail biter. The tide turned in Massachusetts, where the vote now, amend later, compromised to secure. Look, look, that's the fucking Nancy Pelosi. Sign it now, read it later. Sign it now, read it later. Right? They use this shit. It's a cheat sheet. This is a Nancy Pelosi thing. What was it? It was when Trump got in office, maybe. She was like, just sign it, read it later. They were going to shut down government over that, and they should have shut down government over that. Look, this is bullshit. Like serious bullshit. Okay. But anyway, The tide turned in Massachusetts, where the vote now, amend later compromise helped secure victory in that state and eventually in the final holdouts. Yeah, I bet it did. This is kind of what they did to Antonio Sledge in the YSL trial. Just sign this now and you can explain it later. And he explained it later and they gave him 5 years in prison for it. They sure did. This was recent too. Uh DA Love, that nasty bitch. She tricked this Antonio Sledge into signing all these things so he could get probation because his mom was about to die. And she said, you can sign it now and explain it on the stand. So when he got up to explain it on the stand, it sounded like he was lying. But this chick tricked him. And he ended up having to get sentenced to 5 years in prison because that chick did this kind of thing to him. Sign it now and explain it later. Okay. Wait. What just happened? Something happened. Okay. Okay. How was it made? Do we want to know that? Okay. Creating the parchment document. The state delegates approved the draft of the Constitution September 15th, 1787. The signing was set for the very next Monday. Jacob Shallis, the assistant clerk for the Pennsylvania General Assembly, agreed to engross, copy, and fine, clear hand the document over the course of about 40 hours. He created an accurate transcription of the draft, and he was paid $30 for his effort. On September 17th, the document was ready for signing. I believe about zero of somebody else other than James Madison wrote this document. There is so much word magic in this document. It is written by somebody with a high level of education. Yeah, maybe somebody else copied it for him, but James Madison, I am willing to bet, wrote the words in this document because there's so much word magic. And everybody always calls him out on his word magic, or they make it like a compliment for this guy. He's great at words, he's good at arguing. Okay. And signing the Constitution. 39 of the 42 men present signed the Constitution. George Washington was first, followed by each state delegation descending from north to south. George Mason, Eldridge Gerry, Edmund Randolph. Wait. George Mason, Elbridge Gerry, and Edmund Randolph refused to sign because the Constitution lacked a Bill of Rights. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams did not sign because they were on diplomatic missions in Europe during the convention. This is when I think they were trying to sign treaties with EU and France and British land or something. Something happened and these guys were overseas doing treaties or something, which is one of the things James Madison got pissed off about. But to be a unitarianism guy, wanting New World Order, he sure as a fuck didn't want peace with places. And he didn't want to give states their rights because New World Order. But he didn't want to be peaceful with other countries because New World Order. I'm not exactly sure. But there was that on that. Um, back to main page. Um, um, yeah, okay. So are we? I don't know how many minutes we're at. How many minutes does it say? I don't know. Mm, 36 minutes. Wow, we're doing pretty good. Mm, James Madison. Is this guy? Okay. Where did we leave off yesterday? What the hell? Um, Hold on. Okay. Okay. This is where we left off. Okay. Damn. But look, I'm trying to I'm trying to read this fucking document. Man, this shit's making me want to kill it right in the face. Uh, okay. Mm, mm-hmm. We read that. Yeah. this this where he gets mad about the treaty with England, even though he's New World Order. Okay, and then here we go. During 8 years as Jefferson's Secretary of State, Madison used the words the president has decided so regularly that his own role can be discovered only in foreign archives. British diplomats dealing with Madison encountered asperity of temper, fluency of expressions. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think this is exactly what I've been saying about this guy. During 8 years as Jefferson's Secretary of State, Madison used the words, "The president has decided," so regularly that his own role can be discovered only in foreign archives. British diplomats dealing with Madison encountered asperity of temper, fluency of expression. Senators John Adair and Nicholas Gilman agreed in 1806 that he governed the president, an opinion held also by French minister Louis Marie Thoreau. So this guy is a tiny little devil. See, that's what I said. This guy's a tiny devil. Look at his fat little face. He's short and fat. Look at him. He kind of looks like Napoleon. Do you ever see Napoleon and James Madison in the same place at the same time? I think not. I'm just kidding. Okay. Although he was accused of weakness in dealing with France and England, Madison won the presidency in 1808. This is when slavery was supposed to end. Was 1808. Well, the Slavic trade was supposed to end in 1808 during Madison's presidency. So, what happened? No one knows. We might find out. But I don't know how they can say he's so soft on British land in France when he absolutely loathed those places, even though he wanted the government like them. He did not like them. My hands are up. I am not the one moving this, by the way. As John Smith goes, he's had a real problem. I don't, my, I don't know what's happening. Okay. Anyway, and his presidency in 1808, he won in 1808 by publishing his vigorous diplomatic dis. I see. I don't know. I don't know why this keeps doing that. Okay. So he published his vigorous senatorial cabal. I don't know why this keeps happening like this. Okay. Yeah, senatorial cabal taking office. Oh, okay. Well, there's a senatorial cabal right now also. It's called it's led by Chuck Schumer and that witch Nancy Pelosi. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, he made a senator's lackluster brother, Robert Smith, Secretary of State, and wrote all important diplomatic letters for 2 years before replacing him with James Monroe. All, although he had fully supported Jefferson's wartime. I don't know why this keeps changing like this. Um, Jefferson's wartime shipping embargo. Uh, Madison reversed his predecessor's policy 2 weeks after assuming the presidency uh, by secretly notifying both British land and France. Enemy! 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 Look, look, that's like General Miller, like, I'm gonna warn China if you decide to go to war. And this guy's like, you know what? This president did something good. I'm gonna Joe Biden the fuck out of this. Give me just a minute. Anyway, 2 weeks after assuming presidency, by secretly notifying both British land and France, then at war, that in his opinion, if the country addressed, if the country addressed should stop interfering with U.S. commerce and other belligerent continue to do so, Congress will, at the next session, authorize acts of hostility against the other. Oh wait, hold on. So he did kind of do the Trump thing right here. He's like, if y'all two don't knock it off, I'm grounding you both. Okay. I can respect that. Because he's like, y'all two gotta knock it off. What is happening? Oh my God. Really? Hold on. I don't know where I was. Okay. I know. Oh, okay. I know what these are. I know what this is. Right. Oh my God. Okay. Look, I don't know what's happening. Uh, why? Why? What is happening? Oh no. Huh. Um, what is happening? What is happening? I don't know. My recording has stopped. Didn't my recording stop? Refresh? I don't. Oh my God. No. Wait. Wait. Literally, what just happened? Oh my God. I literally do not know what just happened. Hold on. Wait. Wait. Literally, what just happened? Okay. It is working. Okay. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Okay. And I I also don't know like why this document just won't say still. I'm guessing this doesn't want me to read it anymore, even though I want to know what the hell happened. But I guess there is no finding out what happened. Um, this thing just won't fucking stop. I have no idea where I was. Okay, okay. Wait, here we go. Here we go. Okay, okay. I can't. I can't. I can't because this is gonna make me so mad. I'm gonna flip the hell out. Okay. It's giving me blood pressure. Why is it every time I try to do something, either I can't stop yawning or it just won't work? I don't know. But anyway, anyway, uh, I want to thank you for watching. I want to tell you go give your pillows some head and your sheets some ass. Have the sweetest dreams ever. I love you so much. Goodbye. And like and subscribe. You don't really even got to share this. Really, I mean, you don't. You can just hang out with me and we can learn history together. Unless, you know, you find someone interesting enough to come here and learn history with us. Feel free to share, but if not, don't. Don't worry about it. You can just come hang out with me. It'll be our secret time. It'll be so great. Make sure you bring your animals and come back. But please press like and subscribe. And then go get a drink of water and then give your pillows some head and your sheets some ass. Have the sweetest dreams ever. I love you. Bye.